Hey YouTube, back again. Alright, so I'm clearing out the area now where the skeletons will eventually land after they've completed the magical journey. And this is the first spot I pick. I end up not using this tunnel, and you'll see why if you pay attention here. Right there, it doesn't quite line up, so I end up moving it over a bit, but that's a little bit later. So I'll dig myself a little way up there. I'm still thinking I'm going to use this. And basically, get the coordinates there, and the idea is I'm going to go up to the surface, and I'm going to dig the hole down, and that'll be the start of it. But by the time I reach the surface, right about here, I've already forgotten the coordinates. So I end up not being able to dig down to it, because apparently I can't remember anything. But I do cap that hole over from the previous shaft, so it works out. Like I said, I don't end up using it anyway. And that's kind of how these things go. You know, sometimes plans, whatever flimsy plans I do have, do change. Make a quick check at my silk factory because I need that string. I need it. I need all of it. So, just gonna go back here, start closing this off. Now this tunnel is complete mostly, and now I just got to finish it off. I've got, oops, got a sign there. Got that sign. Now that I've got a rough idea of the coordinate, the depth level that they're going to fall, I know how tall I need to make this tower to make them drop. 21 squares is what I decided on. And so I need some signs and dig myself up there, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm thinking about how I can make that more efficient there, make it a little bit better. Not quite sure. Problem is that there's enough space for skeletons to swim back out and just kind of get caught in a loop, going up the tunnel a little bit and then dropping back out. I've also noticed some skeletons drowning in there, or at least taking enough drowning damage that they die on the fall. It doesn't happen often enough that it really bothers me. It's just a nitpicky little thing, and it would be nice to clean up any little catches like that. But I'm not quite sure what they're catching on, so it's going to take some more observation. But that is not covered in this episode. That's something I'm going to have to come back and visit later. So yeah, a lot of darkness here. I'm just laying out a sign, then a bucket of water, then a sign, then a bucket of water, just to keep them swimming up. I'd like to say that it looks like I can't see anything. That's just the video rendering kind of darkens things a bit. I can actually see. It's one of the things I did a while ago in Minecraft where it's never really completely dark. It's just very hard to see. But of course you can't see any of that at all. And I always forget this when I'm filming and spend a lot of time in darkness and then go back and watch the video later. Like, oh crap. So I've reached the top. That is the cap area, which will put them at a 21 square drop. Actually, I think that puts them a little bit higher. Puts them at 22, perhaps. No, it puts them at 21. Yeah, because I run into a little bit of an issue with that later. So now that's finished up except for the tunnel. I'm going to come back down to this other one and dig the same water current out, which I cut here. And so now I've reached the top of that shaft. You should see, yep. So I've reached the top of that shaft, and now I have to dig that out to connect to the drop point. Don't know what I'm doing there. So I have to go back down, and it's actually, I think this is where I shift that point over a little bit so it lines up more. Yep. Nice little wood squares there, kind of clean it up, make it a little nicer. Clean this out so I can see the stuff coming down. I'm just lining it up so that both carrier tunnels don't have to make any twists or turns. It makes it a little bit easier. And now I'm digging up. I've got the coordinates set. I just dirt towered my way up to the top. So I don't want to punch all the way through the surface. I don't want a bunch of holes on the surface. And these only end up being about 1 or 2 blocks below the surface of things. Yep, and there's the second tunnel. So if I ever do decide to build up there, I'm not going to be able to dig down very far. Of course, I could just build, you know, outer shells around these and work around them. Figure it out. So I'm just connecting this up to the other one. It's dirt. 2, and there we go. So they're connected. I'm gonna put some torches down here so nothing spawns up here while I'm working on it down below. And I blocked that one off because I'm only going to do one at a time. And because I don't want the skeletons to jump onto the other path and get stuck up there, I just blocked that one off on the side. So now I'm going to need to encase this a little bit. I'm going to make sure that I can see the skeletons. Actually, I mean, it's not a technical thing. You don't have to see them. You just have to be able to hit them at some point. And with skeletons, your best bet is to leave their lower extremities, their legs, exposed, so that you can safely hit them without getting shot with a bunch of arrows. So I'm just working out the water flow here. Now water will flow 8 blocks out, and if it drops down any, it'll flow another 8 blocks out. So that's all I've done in that chamber. It went out about I think 14 blocks from where it carries the skeletons up. So I just chopped down a block to make it extend out the full 8 blocks. And so that worked out very well. I don't have to make any do anything tricky in there. I don't have to do anything fancy. It's just a straight shot over. So we'll close this in, fill that in later, and now we're ready. We're ready to begin. So I don't need any signs. I need water, and I've decided making a bunch of buckets will make this go a lot quicker. I actually made 2 more buckets than I needed to, but whatever. Rather than just sitting in there, and I don't know what happened there, I screwed that up. To make it easier, and this is going to be dangerous, because as soon as it starts getting dark, they start spawning. Yep, there we go. This one didn't turn out too bad. I'll give you a spoiler, the other one was harder. The other one almost ended up being worse. So now let's just let's kick back, get some bread, and wait for some skeletons to show up. Our customer's rolling up there. Let's see where they're shooting at me already. And yeah, I just got shot in the face, so here we go. Let's see how many customers we can get in some span of time. I think 10 minutes, whatever. Well, I'll explain that in the next clip. Okay, wow. Well, it's been about 5 minutes, and they're still coming. So it looks like this spot here is far enough away from the spawner, so they're just gonna keep on coming here, and just go up here and difficult to hit that way. Let's get down a level. Yep. So it takes more than one hit. So it's going to take a couple hits. But I'm still not eating up sword. Thinking maybe drop him another square or two. Yeah, so that's maxed out on arrows. We're from like having no arrows to max arrows. And you can see I'm also a bit of time had passed. Very hungry. Alright, so I've got that one finished off now, and it connects over, and I've been running for a while, runs pretty well. I did lower this down a block, just so it doesn't take as many hits to kill them, usually between 1 and 2 hits. Sometimes it will kill them on impact, but that's fine. It doesn't happen often enough that I'm concerned about it. Yes, it works pretty well. I also left this corner piece out so that I can get in there and get that stuff without having to lower this down. So that works pretty well. I still can't hit them from over here, but that's fine because I'll probably just stand here and leave it running for a while. Put a little window in and watch these guys ride up to their doom. There we go. Ooh, that is a healthy harvest. So now I'm going to finish this one up, and ran into a little problem. Let me swim up here and show you. Because these two are not at the same height. Nope, hold on a second. Sorry, I just want to turn that down because that rain makes it damn near impossible to. Oh, they're shooting at me here. That's fine. So that is that's where they're coming from the other side, and luckily that side was just the right height that I could extend it by just putting a 1 block drop to extend the water flow out to end exactly at that hole. This one does not. And so what I've done is I've put this sign here to stop the first water flow so that I can set the second one down and have it carry out the exactly 8 spaces to the end there. Now, I could just leave it like this because it's pretty likely that the skeletons will just keep walking on this. But I'm thinking I might have a better idea here. So let me go down. I'm gonna need a stair for this. Swim back down. All right. Go ahead and make some cobblestone stairs here. Only really need 1. And stairs and half slabs interacting with water have some interesting properties, namely because it is a half slab, water will flow over it without actually flowing into it, but with stairs, water will push you up a block. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that block out, we're going to put a stair there. And then we're going to take out this block and this block. And so what will happen, ideally, is the skeleton will get pushed forward, and I'm just going to let it go, so this is just it pushing me naturally. And it will push me up that stair and into the next source block over, and away we go. So that works pretty well. Well, that all looks good. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear these lights out of here. Almost works too well. Take care of that. Doesn't really matter if the lights are or aren't in here because nothing can spawn in this water. And back down we go. So, I appear my buckets on me, so I'm going to go get my buckets. I'm going to fill that in. And then the skeleton spawner will pretty much be complete, or at least mostly functional. Alright. Oh god. I'm not going to mess my... Oh! I don't want him down here messing my crap up. Yeah, see, their skeleton has fallen to his death. But that's fine. I hope he went back up where it's raining and died. I don't want an Enderman tearing the walls out and unleashing skeletons on me. I'm gonna have to do something. Oh god! Of course I don't have my sword. God. Yeah, I was just about to say how that that zombie dying scared the crap out of me. Before I could even express my concern over that, I get jumped by an Enderman. The same Enderman. Let's just finish filling these buckets here. God. Oh, I don't need that from you. Alright. Let's get in, get out. Nah. Ah! This will not end well. I don't think. Out of here! Ah! Ah! You know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna get my sword, and I'll come back. I'll come back. Look at them forming up on me. Oh, they're shooting each other. Great. Hurry up. Get this done. Die! Get out! Must escape! Come on! Ah! This is not well thought out here. That's fine, that's fine. Oh! It's done. Really didn't need 8 buckets. Realizing could have just put one every other. And would form a new source in between. Could have got that done quicker. But you live and learn. So that is functional now. So let's just get down on our spot. I got my breads. Just make some room here. Delicious breads. And we will let this build for a while. And then we'll come back and we'll see how many skeletons we can jam in this hole. One death. A creeper. Not exactly sure where the creeper spawned from, but that's... well, that's a mystery. No, that is a real mystery. I don't know, is there somewhere dark enough in there that isn't, is this something you could spawn on? I mean, could it spawn on top of that? There's water everywhere else. That may require some investigating. That's certainly strange. Well, regardless, we'll be back. Oh God, what a racket. Let me just drop this down a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. We got like 200. If you look in the corner there, Minecraft 1.1 C. I don't know what any of that is. E235, I think, is how many skeletons are in there? Like 200 skeletons. That's after about 20 minutes. So if I let this go for, that is so crazy looking. If I let this go for a couple hours, probably crash the game. And this creeper's still in there. I'm still not quite sure where he came from, but let's get him. So we just start clubbing. Get him with this bread. It's a lot more than that. Already I'm just seeing the SD numbers going up. It's probably just all the stuff they're dropping. Good Lord. Well, what I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just about. I got over 4 stacks of arrows and just about 4 stacks of bones out of that. Got gunpowder from that creeper. That's gonna bother me. I don't know how that creeper got in there. Whatever. So yeah, and as you can see just from the effort of beating them to death with my bread, I had to eat twice to avoid starvation. That took quite some time. But that's just after 20 minutes. You know, I could leave that sit for an hour and be there damn near forever. So it's pretty effective as far as building up stocks of bones and arrows, and also experience. Went up, you know, I wasn't even paying attention to what my level was before, but I think it was about 25. So like 10, 11 levels just from that. That's not bad, you know. That's not bad at all. So yeah, that is my that is the skeleton chamber. I see some room for improvement. I might play around with the height a little bit more. I think I'm pretty satisfied with the level it's at right now. But I am seeing a couple skeletons die from the fall, and I think what's happening is that there's some flaw somewhere in the design of the tube that carries them up. Because every once in a while I could hear a skeleton drowning. And I think what happens is they end up making it through sometimes, having taken a little bit of damage from drowning, from getting stuck somewhere in the water. And then that is what causes them to die when they fall. So I'll have to look into that some more. Also try and clean this area up a little bit more. Right now this is really ugly and crazy looking. There's just little pits and holes everywhere. So yeah, I can clean this up a little bit more. Maybe put some a window in there somewhere. You know, level this out a bit so it matches up more with this. You know, it's mostly cosmetic stuff. There's a couple design fixes I might roll in there, but overall I'm pretty pleased. Pretty pleased with all of this. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it was somewhat educational, edutaining. Edutainment. Yeah, they just keep on coming. Next time I think I'm gonna do another big project, sort of like this one, and that is I'm going to try to find a slime spot or slime spawning chunk, and then dig that up to make some kind of slime farm with it. And the reason is I need those slime balls to make sticky pistons, and I have a lot of other projects that I will need sticky pistons for, and lots of them. So hopefully I can find that, and I can find some slimes and get something going with that. That's another one that's going to involve a lot of digging. It's going to involve some searching. Hopefully there's one somewhat near here, but I guess we'll see. So until next time, thanks for watching, and mesmerized by skeletons. Okay. Bye-bye.